make our postseason predictions because it's never too soon, too late. So we're going to do that right now, right?
Yes.
All right. Look, you guys can comment and tell us what you feel. This is the way we see it. Please, dear God, tell us how wrong we are. Like it, don't like it, doesn't matter, but it still helps us. Okay. So without further ado, we're going to start in the AFC, right?
Yep.
As we always do, because we're morons, we're going to start in the East. Where do you see coming out of the East?
Who do I have coming out of the East? So, man, this is a tough division. I really think
Finally, a tough division, right? Yeah.
when somebody doesn't make a deal with the devil, it's a tough division somehow. I don't know how that happens, but
So here we are.
I think Buffalo comes out of the East, and I know all the hype around the Jets, but I just don't see it, man. I don't see a path where they're the number one team coming out of the East.
Right. I think you and I agree that Rodgers is a seminal talent. However, he's too conservative for our taste.
Yeah.
We see him throw a few more interceptions because that means he's going for it a little bit more. So I don't know that that helps that stellar Jets defense. And I'm with you. I'm gonna go with Buffalo coming out of the East. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got the North. Okay. You and I disagree a little bit.
Yeah, we do. We disagree a lot of it. I truly believe that Lamar Jackson coming back on that new deal is a true thing, and man, I think he's going to smash it this year. So I got Baltimore coming out of the North, and I know it's going to be tough. Everybody picks the Bengals, which, quite frankly, I don't understand. Like, they're that kind of organization that does these kind of things. But no, I'm gonna stick with a consistent organization, which is the Baltimore Ravens.
I couldn't agree with you more or less. I agree. The Baltimore's a far better organization, and they've proved since they've been there. A great organization, and for me, it's about the health of Lamar Jackson, as it always is. So therefore, I cannot go with Baltimore like you. I'm gonna go with Cincinnati, and again, I agree. They're a dysfunctional organization. However, they have enough talent, despite that, that I think they're going to come out of that division as winners. I'm going to go Cincinnati.
Okay. Well, that makes you stupid. So
don't like it. Come at me. Come at me, bro. All right. Let's go south. Okay. Let's go south.
Yeah, let's do that.
Who you
got? As much as it pains me, I have to go against my Indianapolis Colts and go with Jacksonville Jaguars. Gravy. It's pathetic. But I'm a realist. I understand that they're a better team at this point. I think Colts are coming up, by the way. But okay.
3 years, baby.
Yeah. Give us a few years. You say 3 years, I say a few. It's Jacksonville is going to win that division.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you, man. Ridley's coming back, so it's going to give Trevor Lawrence another weapon. Jacksonville has been the class for at least a year, for a whole fucking year. They've been the class of the AFC South. Look, Tennessee's always a tough out. Mike Vrabel is one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. I think he does a good job each and every year, although I think he has misplaced loyalty to his offensive coordinator because offensively they suck. Fix that, Mike, and you might have a great team, but it's Jacksonville. It's Jacksonville again, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think so. I don't see. I really don't see a path for any other team. Uh, you're right. Tennessee uh, could actually they could put up a fight, but
They are going to put up a fight because they're a Vrabel coach team. They are going to put up a fight, but it's not going to be enough. It's going to be Jacksonville.
yeah,
Yeah. So we go on to the West. It's supposed to be a competitive division, but it hasn't been really.
no.
How do you see it?
I think it's going to be more competitive this year than people think. Um, with new things happening, it kind of feels like bad vibes happening for the Chiefs. So they got Chris Jones holding out, and Travis Kelce just had an injury. We don't know what's actually going on, but it's the Chiefs. They have Patrick Mahomes, and it kills me to say that. Even though I love Patrick Mahomes, it has nothing to do with him. It's just, yeah, it's the Chiefs.
Yeah, I heard a lot of him and Hall, and then we came to the Chiefs. It's the Chiefs.
Yeah.
There's no one close. Look, you can change your coach in Denver. It's not going to matter.
Well, you got to him and Hall a little bit, man. Come on.
You can change your quarterback in Vegas. Not going to matter. And then you've got the Chargers. Look, I think this is a make or break year for Staley as the coach. You've got one of the best quarterbacks because we see it,
Yes.
whether it be on paper or on tape. We see it. Herbert is a great quarterback. You better start using him or losing him because you guys suck. You
Yeah.
guys suck. You need to be making the playoffs every single year. And I get it, you're in a tough division, but it's not that tough.
Yeah.
Kansas City, I think, is beatable. We've talked about it before. They're beatable. They got a weak defense. Stop their offense a little bit and then outscore them. So whatever. All right. So we both have KC in the West. Now, who do you have as your wild cards coming out of the AFC?
So AFC. Whew. All right. So the AFC North is such a tough division. I got as much trash as I talked about the Bengals. I got them as a wild card. I think they're going to be a tough team no matter what. Then I got out of the East. I got two teams. I got Miami and um,
Jets.
Jets. Sorry, I couldn't remember their names because they're not that memorable.
No one.
They're on HBO.
No one remembers their names. Jets. No one remembers
Who's their quarterback, by the way?
their names. I have no idea. Who is quarterback in the Jets this year? I don't know. I'm in kind of agreement with you because I picked Cincinnati to win the North, so I'm going to go with Baltimore as a wild card. And then here, I got the Jets. I do have the Jets with Rodgers quarterback, and I think that they can put together enough wins.
Oh, Rodgers. That's
the guy. That's the guy. Aaron Rodgers. But here, I'm kind of torn between Miami and Pittsburgh being the third wild card, and honestly, I go with Pittsburgh. I think they have better defense. I think they're going to do it. Kenny Pickett is going to break through a little bit. So I got Pittsburgh as being third wild card.
Would you say Timmy Pickett's? Is that who you said?
Kenny Mittens. Kenny Mittens. Yeah. Wow. Let's go on to the NFC, bro. All right. So once again, let's start in the NFC East. Who do you see winning that division?
This one's a tough one. I actually see Philadelphia doing it again. And so NFC is so weird for me, but because we focus on AFC typically because Obviously, it's a way better conference, but I do see Philadelphia coming out of the East as the division winner. They just have too much talent, man. Their defense is really good. Their offense is so different and can pound you.
Mm.
And yeah, I just think they're going to win that division. Yeah.
I'm gonna agree with you for Philadelphia as my East winners. Nothing's fallen off, so they can only get better. Hurts is going to be good. Their defense is outstanding, but it's going to be a tougher division than it has been in the past. Even though in the past they would like whoever was 9-7 would win the division. I don't think it's going to be that way. I think it's going to be a little bit higher, but I think it's a tough division. I see Philly coming out of it. So let's go to the North. Who do you see coming out of the North?
Yeah. So the North, man, you got a lot of unknowns, right? So you don't know how Minnesota is going to play off last year. You don't know missing Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. You kind of know about Detroit. They're a good offense, not necessarily a great defense. And Chicago is a up in the air. Uh, so when you talk about those kind of divisions where it's just up in the air, uh, honestly, I'm gonna go with old school Green Bay is gonna win that division.
Wow. Okay, so you're all in the Jordan Love experience. Okay,
Sure, yeah, I think he has enough skills, and I think he'll play well enough, and that's one of those divisions that it's not going to take much to win.
I agree with you there. It's not going to take much. It's going to be a team that has a little bit of chutzpah, and so that's why I'm going with Detroit. They showed a little bit last year, and I could be completely embarrassed here, and I wouldn't be shocked to beat them.
Yeah, in about 2 days. So
Yeah, right. Yeah, so they're playing the champs in a couple of days. But I think they buy into Dan Campbell's stuff.
hey,
You
look,
know,
man,
they
he looks stacked on TV. I'm not gonna say. I mean, he looks swole, and I get it.
I would run through a wall for that man. I would.
Yeah, no doubt.
So I'm gonna go to Detroit in the North. All right, let's go to the South. And this one, a weak division, just like the AFC South. I think this is the weakest division period. But what do you see?
Well, I don't have a quarter on me, but if I did, I'd flip one. Wow. The South is so crazily is bad. A good
It's bad.
time.
It's there's no getting around it. It's bad.
You know what? I'm gonna go. Buccaneers are gonna win it because I just think they have more talent around a quarterback that I do know, and the other quarterbacks I just don't know enough about. And I think they just have more talent. It's going to be this is the one I feel least about is the NFC South is it's craziness. So I'll go with Tampa Bay because I think they just have more talent.
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree with you. I do agree they have talent defense wise. We don't know about Baker Mayfield. I hope he bounces back for his sake,
Sure. Yeah.
for his family's sake, whatever. But I hope he bounces back.
To
But I don't
get
think I
to
think
to have his family.
$12 million back, whatever. Derek Carr going to New Orleans, I think, kind of tips the balance in this division, and I think New Orleans wins it in a very, very, very weak division. I think that's the tipping point.
Yeah, I could be talked off that ledge for sure.
Right, sure. All right, let's go out to the West. I think it's an easy one to pick.
Yeah,
What do you see?
yeah. So I got Niners all day. I know people are going to think they're going to start off slow because Bosa's not in there right now, but uh, they're just the best team.
They're the best
Best
team.
team in the NFC to me. Well, okay, no spoils, but yeah, they're
So
really
fantasy league, who did we pick first? Who who did we pick first in our fantasy league this year?
Christian McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey. Because yeah, that's the best player in the NFL right now. So yeah, it's going to be San Francisco. It's not going to be close. Purdy is starting. Mr. Irrelevant is starting. Okay, whatever. But you have Josh Dobbs or Clayton Tune starting for Arizona, so who gives a crap about that? The Rams, of course, you got Stafford, but
Without
man,
Cooper Cup the first week.
uh, and they got blown the freak out in preseason for whatever reason. I didn't watch it. I don't care. And then I'm sorry, Gino is starting again for Seattle. Whatever. I'm gonna go with San Francisco. So
Right. Are you giving stats and shit? Is that
no,
this is
no.
what we're doing now?
So who do you have for your wild cards in the NFC?
Hold on.
Are you an abacus? Is that an abacus?
That's just a hand that I didn't write anything on. So wild cards. Uh,
Wild card. Yeah.
it's going to be mainly out of the East because the NFC is so lacking that I'm going to go. So I did Philadelphia Cowboys are going to definitely be in the playoffs. Um, I'm tempted to say Giants. Yeah, I'm going to say Giants. So it's three out of that one division. And then, man, I got to be honest. I wanted to say Rams for the longest time just
Yeah.
because I thought they were getting the band back together kind of thing.
Yeah.
But Cup not being there, it just makes me nervous. I'm going to still go with the Rams because
Yeah.
NFC is so weak that you really don't know, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna entirely agree with you here. Dallas, because I didn't pick them win. I picked Philly to win the East. Dallas, I got the Giants coming in too. The Giants' defense is a big question mark, but their offense is not, and the NFC is so weak. And then I got the Rams as well, only because I can't believe we're ready to stick a fork in them. I think they're going to come back, right? I think
Yeah, I mean, Stafford's still Stafford. So he's going to put up numbers. And again, in the NFC, now in the AFC, I would disagree and be like, no, they're not going to make the playoffs. But this is the NFC. So I just, you got to kind of take that into account, right?
Well, since we're here, we're being stupid. Who do you have winning the NFC? Who's the NFC champ?
Uh, Mr. Irrelevant is who I have winning it.
I agree with you 100%. San Francisco, Brock Purdy. I don't know if he makes it all the way to the season. Doesn't matter. If they have a quarterback who can actually use his arm, I think San Francisco is the best team in the NFC. I think if they had a quarterback who could use his arm last year, they would have been the best team standing in the NFC.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think they would. So San Francisco. So who do you have in the AFC?
I actually have the Bills. I think this is their year. I think this is their moment. I think this is their time. However, you have to say it. So, you and I are both Colts fans. It took some time for Peyton Manning to win it. It takes time, man. And you have to get through some demons. You have to get through that kind of bullshit. This is the time I think the Bills are going to come through, and I think they're going to go through and get to the Super Bowl. Yeah,
Yeah, I couldn't just disagree with you more. I think it's
sure.
Kansas City again.
Well, I mean, that's what dumb people do. Yeah,
Yes. We dumb people pick the favorites. It's going to be Kansas City again. So who wins Super Bowl?
Uh, having said all that about the Bills pushing through, they're about to be 0-5 in the Super Bowls. I think the Niners are going to take them out, and I think this is the Niners' year. All
Wow.
that trash, the Niners are going to come through and win it
I agree with you. I think the Niners. I think
over the Chiefs.
over the Chiefs. The Chiefs are vulnerable, and I don't think enough teams realize how vulnerable they are. And the San Francisco 49ers do. They will beat the Chiefs. It's the Niners, and the Niners win their 5th Super Bowl. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, Joe Montana. Forward, so. Anyway, there it
So
is.
there is your postseason picks.
I think we're done here.
I think we're done.